Shalom, family. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. I just hope you can hear me well today. I'm trying to sit close enough because sometimes my volume sounds good, loud, and then low. So I don't understand why the volume changes because everything is set the same on my computer. So I don't understand why my volume goes up and down on its own. Yeah, on its own. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Welcome to my channel, Karibu Sana. You are very welcome. Thank you to my new subscribers. I want to say welcome to the channel and welcome in the room. Thank you to my faithful subscribers who've been rocking with me from day one. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I'm trying to reach 4,000 subscribers and I'm at 3,300 at this point. And no, I'm not monetized. That's a whole nother story, y'all. They keep denying my monetization. They keep saying my content is harmful, so I move on. I move on. There's nothing else I can do. I can only be me, the authentic me, and I can only speak truth on this channel. Truth from, of course, my perspective. So all the views, opinions, thoughts, ideas are that of mine and solely mine. Again, my name is Wanda. The name of this channel is Diaspora Connect Tanzania. The reason I named that this channel, Diaspora Connect Tanzania, is because I created a business in Tanzania called Diaspora Connect LLC. And so I ended up changing my YouTube channel to Diaspora Connect Tanzania because my goal is to assist those in the West who are interested in returning to Mama Africa, the motherland, somewhere, specifically Tanzania. But a lot of the information that I provide to you can be useful no matter which country you decide that you want to repatriate to. Uh-oh. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video and I want to talk to you about um, my how I have changed since moving to Tanzania. I have been living in Tanzania since 2020, July 2020, and I've been here for 4.5 years now. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell how my life has changed since living here. Now, I did try something different with my hair, y'all. As you can see, these are the little bantu knots here, and I had two up here, but then I decided to put these two down and do like a bang. And so, yeah, my hair is really growing, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. So I'm very, very happy. Now, I am a natural, no heat, natural person, meaning I don't use any heat on my hair. I don't use a blow dryer. I don't use a flat iron. I just, if I stretch my hair, it's going to be either in this twist or I have bands that I can wrap around the twist that stretches them down even more. But other than that, no heat because I went through so much to cut all my hair off when I had it permed. I had chemicals, I had a perm, and I had color, which those chemicals are not good for us, our physical bodies. And they have a lot of toxins in them. So I decided no more chemicals. So I cut all my hair off and started all over. I did a big chop, cut all my hair short, about this long here. And if you look back on some of my videos, you'll see the length of my hair. Um, I cut it before I arrived in Tanzania, and then when I got here, I cut it again, which I shouldn't have done because I really wanted it to grow, and I cut a lot of it. So I kind of took a step back in my growth journey, but then I started getting serious about growing my hair on my natural hair growth journey. So I started doing things to specifically encourage the growth, like I started twisting it and moisturizing it more and letting it, breathe a little bit because I used to have it wrapped all the time and it didn't get a lot of sun. And I have a sister, a diaspora sister, tell me her hair is really, really long. She has really long locks, and she told me if you want your hair to grow, you need to treat it like a plant. So you need to water it, you need to tend to it, and you need to give it sun. So that's one thing I was not doing. I was washing it and moisturizing it, but I kept it covered all the time. So now I started to wear it out more often. I started to give it sun. I started to wet it and then walk outside and let it air dry. I just started to treat it like literally like a plant. I started to, take care of it, started to baby it, nourish it, and now I'm seeing that it's really growing. Now it's growing, pretty nicely now. So as you can see, it's really growing. So I'm very grateful for that. All praises to the Father. I've been praying. I said, Father, I want tailbone length hair. Yes, I do. I want really, really, really long hair. And so, it's still possible, even though I'm middle aged. Our hair still grows if we take care of it, if we eat right, and we nourish our bodies and our minds and our spirit, then our everything will be healthy and everything will grow like it's supposed to. Even though the gray is the gray is taking over, but no worries. It is what it is. That's what comes with aging. So I am middle aged. If you didn't know, I'm in my 50s, y'all, and I got a birthday coming up. So yeah, my born day is in January. I'm like, didn't I just turn a year older? It's like these years are flying by. So next month I have a birthday and I'll be 1 year older, but I'm in my 50s still. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, but I feel good, y'all. I feel literally like I'm in my 30s. Like I'm not gonna lie, 30s, 40s, how I felt at that time. Because I still have a good energies. I don't have any health problems. I can't do the things I used to do. So I have to physically, I can't do all the moving around and all the things I used to do. I have to be a little bit more modest in what I do, where I go, and I'm a little bit more laid back with things, and I'm in a relaxed environment. So poly environment, slow. So it fits my life, my lifestyle right now. So everything is great. If I feel like moving around and being around crowds, I can go into the city, to the malls, into the markets, into this, just moving around with people. If I want to do that, I can. But for the most part, I like to spend time alone because I like peace. Um, and so, yeah, but all is well. But anyway, I wanted to share on this video how my life has changed since I have moved to Tanzania from America. How my life has changed. There are several ways, and I'm rolling with this from my mind, from my memory. I don't have anything written down. It's like sometimes I'll write notes, but sometimes I won't. I'll just flow. And this one, I think I'll flow. And as I'm talking, I think I'll remember the things that I have that changed me since being here. One thing that I have learned to do even more. I was kind of like a minimalist in America as well, but since I've been living in Tanzania, I've become a minimalist, meaning I don't need a lot of things. I don't need a lot of material things to be happy. I don't need a lot of material things to feel comfortable. Basic stuff is, well, my basic is may not be the local Tanzanian's basic, but for me, I can do with basic stuff. Like for me, I don't have to have an air conditioner. I get hot. I get hot because I think I'm going through the change, or because I get hot and cold. But I have fans all over the place. I got one there. There's one sitting here right next to me, just like blowing on me. And yeah, so it's things that I could do to cool down, but I don't have to have an air conditioner. That's something that I thought that I will always need. But also I like the heat. So I didn't really think about it at first, but now that I'm going through the change and I get hot and cold, I need a fan like blowing on me. Cause it's 1 minute I'm like good, next minute I start sweating. Yeah. So, uh, minimalist, like if I have an air con, fine. If I don't, I'm good with a fan. Even like furniture and all that. I just need a basic table, chairs, 2 or 3 chairs, couch, basic couch. I don't need all the fancy things like I used to. Not even need, but want in America. And I never overdid it because I've always been somewhat of a minimalist. But here I have scaled down a lot, even with my budget. So I become more of a minimalist, knowing and realizing that I can actually survive without a whole lot of different material things that I used to have, like all these shoes and all these clothes and all these jewelries and all this stuff. I think I have like 3 or 4 pair of earrings, and I just bought these. These are new. So 3 or 4, I try to keep it to a minimum. I don't want to go overboard because I used to go in the West. Sometimes we tend to, as women, we tend to go overboard with things, especially vanity type things like the jewelries, the make, I don't wear makeups, but the jewelries, I stopped doing that. The jewelries and the just clothes and shoes, like we tend to um go overboard. I am learning to be very minimalistic. So this is the most minimalistic I have ever been. Like, well, when I was younger, I was as well because we didn't have a lot of money growing up. It's my sister and I, and we didn't have a lot of money, so I always had to wear hand-me-down clothes. She's older than I am. We're 11 months apart. But I always had to take her clothes. She always got new clothes. I always had to hand me down. So I never really been into like material things a whole lot because I've always had to wear used stuff. So as I was getting older, I like nice stuff, and I would go buy me things, but I never was overboard with uh, the vanity so much. I did like um basic. I've always been kind of like basic in terms of like clothes and stuff. I would have to have the basic just colors, the gray, the black, the beige, just basic stuff that I can interchange. So, but I've become more minimalistic here. Another thing that I noticed that I have changed about myself is um I can actually be happy and content with very little. So I would say little things make me happy. Back in the West, I kind of took some stuff for granted, to be honest. And now that I have been living in Tanzania, little things make me happy. Um, like if I see really pretty flowers and I pick them and put them, sometimes I'll pick fresh flowers and put them on the table in a little glass. I don't have a vase or vase, so sometimes I'll use my wine glass or I'll use like a bowl. I have like a little glass bowl that I put sauces in. Sometimes I'll put water and have floating flowers. And I sit those all around and it just really brightens my day, y'all. Like those little things make me like really happy. So I've noticed that since living here, the little things make me really happy. I don't need a lot to make me happy because I'm naturally a happy-go-lucky person, but little things make me happy since I've been living here. I don't need a lot to be content, I would say. I don't need a lot to be content. I have changed in that way as well since living in Tanzania. What else? I actually like we have a lot of dirt roads in Tanzania. And in the West, we used to pave roads, but I like the dirt roads. I know it's not the easiest to drive on, and then in the rainy season it could be a bit muddy, so that's the only downside. So, but other than that, just walking on the dirt roads, like it's just. And even when I lived in Bessie Beach area, it's more sandy. The roads over there is more sandy because it's closer to the beach. So I would walk to the store and it would be really sandy. I kind of like that. It's like it makes me feel like I'm closer to nature because I like being in nature. I did not realize that I like to be in nature until I moved here, to be honest. I know I like a tropical environment. I know I like the palm trees. I think most of us do. We like palm trees and we like the breeze, that Caribbean tropical vibe. A lot of us like that. And so I know I like that. I liked that. But when I moved here, um, I did not realize how much I loved to be in nature. And I heal better in nature, and I did not realize it. I realized that once I moved here, and that's another thing that has changed me versus me living in America in the concrete jungle, all concrete, not really grounding, not really walking outside without shoes on. I did a lot when I was younger, but a child. But as an adult, I never really grounded unless I went to like the beach and walked in the sand. I would do that. But that part has changed me in that I'm more of a nature lover. I'm not at a point where I'm the being. I don't. Yeah, I'm not a camp. Like I'm not that at that point where I will do camping outside because I'm not an outside camping person. I'm not, but I just like to walk around and be outside in nature. I like to be in the sun. It's a little hot. A lot of people complain it's hot. It is hot, but I don't know. I just like the way it feels on my skin. I like the African sun, so I like to be out there. Yeah, I be sweating, y'all, profusely. I'll be out there walking, and yeah, it's hot and I sweat, but I like how it feels on my skin. And what else? Um, I think I've become more humble. Living in Tanzania has also humbled me. I appreciate little things. I appreciate and I see the value in the privilege that I have to be here, to have lived here, to have met locals and to live with them and to talk to them and to learn a new language. Like all this has humbled me. Like this, I feel very, 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 very grateful and appreciative to the Most High for allowing me the opportunity to come out of America and come back to my original home land, which is uh, Africa specifically. I'm in Tanzania, but it's Africa, everywhere in Africa that I put my foot. I feel like that's my home wherever I've gone. Ghana, went to Zambia, and I'm in Tanzania. And so I'm just grateful for that opportunity to say that, yes, it took me to middle age to leave America to be able to live in a land outside of where I was born. So I feel grateful and I'm humble for that. Like every time I think about it, I feel grateful. Every time I wake up and look outside and I see this beauty, the sun and the palm trees and the breeze and the fresh air, I feel grateful. I am so, so grateful to be here. Like that's why I really, if you look at my videos, I really don't normally complain about stuff because it's so much that we can complain about. Even when I lived in America, it's so much I could complain about. But then I try to focus on the part of what I'm grateful for. That's always outweighing the negative experiences or the negative things that I can think of that I don't like. The positive things for in my life has always outweighed the negative for me. I have more of a I'm sorry, I have more of an optimistic way of looking at things versus the pessimistic. Some people look at things in a pessimistic way, so the negative things like really outweigh the good things that happen to them. But for me, I don't look at it like that. I'm more optimistic, so I look at things in a more of a optimistic light or a positive light. Some people might think that that's not realistic, but uh, it depends on like your mindset. Like have if you're more of especially if you're a believer, a lot of believers or people who believe in a higher power, specifically, I say the Most High, but different people have different beliefs. But uh, some of them, they're really, they try to look at the positive things because sometimes you will have what you say and you will have what you think. Our words are powerful and our thoughts can shape how we turn out and how things turn out, right? So if you are more of a positive thinker or you think you're more optimistic, sometimes those things happen for you. So even if you have a setback in your life or negative things might happen, if you in your mind try to turn that around and try to always look at the positive things of it or the benefits that whatever you went through, it was like something like a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at it like, oh, it's the end of the world, I'm done. You can kind of look at it like, okay, this bad thing happened, but I'm gonna learn from that. I won't make that mistake anymore, or I will do this next time. That's kind of how I look at things when things don't go my way, or I say bad things happen. I'll think it through and be like, what did I do that caused this, or what did I do that contribute to this bad thing happening, and what can I do next time so it won't happen? So I kind of look at it like that. Not that I'm being unrealistic, but I'm trying to learn from whatever bad things happen, mistakes happen, or whatever it is, and then I try to learn so I can become a better version of myself, right? So you learn from your mistake, you move on, you do something wrong, you make an error, you humble yourself, I'm sorry, or I made a wrong decision, or I did this incorrectly, and I know next time to do this. That's how I look at it. So for example, when I got even when even I learned that being in Tanzania, I got burglared, or we say robbed up, burglared, to where someone came in my house and stole like my phone, my computer, all that. But what I learned in that situation is, I looked at it like, yeah, I was angry, I was furious, like I had PTSD for some months. Like I couldn't even talk about it because I had to get my mind and my emotions right before I could even share it. It took me, I think, for almost 4 to 6 months before I could even talk about it because I was feeling like really nervous and unsafe and just, you know. But I looked at it after the fact. I started when my emotions came down. I started thinking, what did I do? Did I do something to contribute? Did I do something I could have avoided doing something? And then I started thinking how I forgot to lock my door. Just different. I just started thinking back on that day, what I did and what I didn't do and what I could have done to avoid it, because the way my apartment was set up, it had bars and all these doors locked, all this stuff for security. But I didn't utilize the security the right way, which allowed someone to be able to come in there and take my stuff. So I learned from that. So I had just learned never get too comfortable, no matter where you live. It doesn't matter if you're in the West. It doesn't matter if you're wherever, especially if you're a female and you don't have a male with you at that time. You're a little bit more vulnerable because at the time, if it was a male in that, I doubt, highly doubt, they would have came in there, right? But they could have. But so I just learned from that, like, make sure your doors are locked, make sure your windows are locked, make sure you don't get so comfortable to where you forget to your security precautions. As a woman, you have to have certain security measures in place. Even if you are married or in relationships or whatever, you still, as a woman, should have that, because you're not going to be around that your husband, your boyfriend, whoever, your uncle or whatever male is in your life. You're not going to be around that person all the time. So you have to set up some measures to security measures to protect yourself as a woman, right? So I learned from that. What else have I learned since I've been living in Tanzania? Um, I guess the value. Oh, this is a big one. From leaving the West and moving to Tanzania, I learned uh, to be more into my femininity. Some of the pastor bros say, American women are so masculine and talk loud and all that. They do have a point because of the society and the way we have to we've been raised, a lot of us, and the way we have to like do a lot. We can't just be in that feminine energy, stay home with the parent, wait till you meet a man, and he takes you out of your parents home and move you, takes care of you. We don't really have that dynamic so much. A lot of us as young women, we have to live with our parents and find a job and pay our little bills that we have, phone bill, whatever we have, little bills at home, get a job, and then maybe we go to college and we just find to get an apartment, stuff like that. The life is kind of different. So me coming here to Africa, I've been encouraged. I've been encouraged to be more feminine in my feminine energy or feminine role. I've always been kind of a girly girl as a woman. As a child, I was more tomboy. I like to run around with the boys and play, just doing all this. activities. Like I like to roller skate, and I used to like to play basketball. Like I did all the things that the boys did. So I was more of a tomboy, but as I got older, I started being more of the lady girly girl. So me personally, I've been more of a girly girl because I used to do like modeling, and it was like it requires you to wear all the frou-frou stuff with the heels and the do all the hair and the smell goods and the colognes and the lotions and the nails. Like I've always been into that girly stuff. But here it's more, it has encouraged me to be more laid back, to be more calm, to speak uh, more softer. I have a very loud tone. I talk loud. Like I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I talk loud and I sing. So a lot of times when a person sings, sometimes their voice carries. So my voice carries, and I've always had like a loud toned voice. So, the volume. And so since I've been living here, I've learned more to control my volume. And when I speak now, when I get excited, I start talking loud. So I hear myself and I bring it down. But I've learned to control it more since I've been living here because everybody in Tanzania, not everybody, but most of Tanzanians are soft spoken. They don't talk a lot, uh, laid back, kind of reserved. They are very observant and very smart. And a lot of them actually speak English, but they speak in their Kiswahili most of the time, but they know English so don't get it twisted to think you're gonna come here and be speaking English and they don't know what you're saying. A lot of them, especially in the around the peninsula or in more of the international areas, they may not talk much. The middle and upper class Tanzanians, middle class, and some of the lower income uh, uh, locals, they know English. They they know English, but they may not speak it. So don't get that twisted. But being around them, living in their environment, it's changed me. Like I'm more reserved. I'm more laid back. I'm more ladylike. Um, yeah, I have changed a lot since living here. I don't know if you go back through some of my videos to like, cause my channel is like 5 years old now. And so go back to the beginning and you'll see a transformation in not only my appearance, but just my vibe, how I talk. And I have changed a lot since living here for the better. My health is, I feel like I haven't had any health problems, but I feel like my health is better because my diet has changed. So I eat more fresh fruit and vegetables. My diet is more plant-based now than it was when I first arrived. I don't eat as much meat. Um, and I eat more fruit and vegetables. And I'm just more health conscious now. I use more natural remedies for things versus before I used to use more over the counter stuff. But the main over the counter medicine that I will use if I have to is malaria, malaria pills. That's basically the only medication I've taken really since I've been here. If I get malaria, I will have to go to the pharmacy and get the cure, the 3-day dose cure for malaria. I just have to take that because there's no natural cure for that. But what I am learning is that preventative is possible. So you just build your system up when you're healthy to avoid getting malaria. Just build your immune system up so you can avoid getting malaria. So that's one thing you can do. Neem tea is really good to drink regularly. Um, because mosquitoes don't like neem, so neem tea is good to, they smell that in your blood, they'll be less likely to bite you, basically. So preventative is more of what I try to do. Um, Drinking teas a lot. I drink a lot of ginger tea, um, ginger and turmeric tea and neem. So just things to build up. So my overall health is better since I've been living here. And it's weird because I stopped eating meat. I started doing more of a plant-based diet and I actually gained weight since I've been here. If you look back on my pictures, you'll see I was about 120, between 120 and 125 when I arrived here. Now I'm like 135. So 130, 135. So I've gained over 10 pounds since I've been living here. And I stopped eating meat. So I used to think meat would you would gain weight when you eat meat, but that does not always mean that. Um, I feel like now my body is like at peace in its natural habitation. This is my natural habit. This is my home. This is where we originated from, and my spirit is at peace here. So now I'm more in a peaceful environment for my mind, my body, and my spirit. So I guess my body's comfortable enough to now I'm gaining that healthy weight that I should have, you know. So um that what else? Um that's the main thing I can think of. It's like I just basically improved in my overall health, in my mind, my body, my spirit. My spirit is more at peace here. I feel so resonates. My spirit resonates with Tanzania. It resonates with this country. I don't know what it is about Tanzania that my spirit resonates with. Now, a lot of people say to me, I get comments saying, you know, why you want to stay there because you can't own land and you don't never own land there and this and that, um, and you know stuff like that. But um, that's true. So if you know, of course, you have to lease land here, and that's under a business. A foreigner just can't outright own land, but um, it's I work with the system that they have here in Tanzania because I love this place. So for me, I'm willing to work with the way they have things set up here, the way we have to as foreigners here. I'm willing to do that because my spirit is telling me that this is where I need to be right now. So until the Father gives me instructions to do something different, then I will be here until He advises. Because I'm here only because the Father encouraged me to, Abba Father in heaven, encouraged me to leave the West and come back to Africa. And even when I was coming, I wasn't for sure where I needed to be. So because He led me here and gave me like that green light, like this is where you need to be. And I feel in my spirit that I'm at peace here. So whatever I need to do to occupy until He comes or until He says otherwise, to you know He sends His Son back, you know, our Redeemer, our Messiah. So I will occupy until He tells me otherwise of what to do, where to move. If He advises me, oh, you need to move here now or whatever, then I will do that. But I'm just not going to up and move on my own just because I want to. I have to be led in the spirit of that the Father speaks to me and advises me. You need to go here because I did think about considering. I was considering leaving Tanzania and moving to Zambia at one point a couple of years ago. So I had went out there twice to visit Lusaka, the major city, and then I went to Solwezi and Ndola, which is more, you know, it's further, more of the rural area. And I was considering it, but when I went there, uh, I was actually missing Tanzania. My spirit was like, I liked it there, but my spirit was like, it was like I was feeling like I'm ready. I was all I was thinking when I was there was like I'm ready to get back to Tanzania. It's just weird, y'all. I just couldn't stop thinking about Tanzania when I was in Zambia. And Zambia is nice. It's cooler, but it's landlocked. And my spirit actually felt that it was land. I didn't feel the same there as I feel here. Um, I can't even describe it. It was just different. Um, I was just missing Tanzania. That's all I can say. And it's the Lusaka is very developed. It's like some people say it reminds them of like the suburbs of Chicago. I never been to Chicago, but it's paved roads. Everything is it's a lot more developed than Dar es Salaam, and but the Zambians, they are more Americanized, so they dress just like the people in the West. They dress like us in the West, and the malls are just like in the West, nice malls. I like nice malls and everything, don't get me wrong, but I'm used to that. I've been raised with that. So that really don't impress me so much because I'm used to all the nice malls. I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in New Jersey. I've lived in Colorado. I've been to all the nice malls. And 16th Street in Colorado, Denver, Colorado is nice. It's like a strip. That's one that used to be one of my favorite places. So I've been around a lot of really nice malls, and that don't really impress me. So what really impressed me about Tanzania is the cultural part of it, where it's still the locals still have their culture, even though you have a lot of wanting to be like the West and westernized in the city areas, but you still also have the cultural part of it enmeshed. So I like the enmeshment in Dar es Salaam, the culture with the Western style together, but they still have a lot of their culture, and I like it. So yeah, that's kind of what has changed me since living here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, uh, 4.5 years, and my perspective and just my feeling, my vibe, my health. Yeah, I love Tanzania. Been doing business, learned a lot in business. Um, this is international business, y'all, and it's a lot different. So, my major in college was university was business administration. So, this has given me another different perspective in how to do business here. It's totally different. Dealing with attorneys, dealing with the laws here, dealing with how things are done here. I'm learning a lot, and what I'm learning is I'm sharing with those who are interested in doing business here in Tanzania, just like I am doing. Yes, I have a small business. No, I'm not rolling in the dough. It's a work in progress, but it's growing slowly. But I'm learning about how they do the taxes, how to pay the taxes, how much the tax, just all the stuff about doing business here. Uh, even leasing land or under the business. And, when you say buying land, it's really leasing land under your business. And, just I'm learning all these things and I'm very grateful because it's given me a different, like a wealth of knowledge. And I'm learning a lot and I'm learning another language. That's another thing I can't forget to say that uh, thing that I've changed, how it changed me living here in Tanzania versus America. I didn't know any other language except for English. Now I've taken Spanish, I've taken French, I've taken like 2 years of Spanish, 1 year of 2 years of French. Well, I've taken French and Spanish, and for some reason I could never grasp neither one of those languages. I just never had a heart or a true heart or desire to learn them. I did it because it was a course requirement, but I never did taking a class and taking a test in my mind and then out because I was never around people that really, even though we have a lot of Spanish speaking people in America. And I just never had a desire to, like a harsh desire to learn those languages. But here in Tanzania, Swahili, I actually have a desire to learn it. I'm learning slowly. And even in school, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. When I went to college, I was a C student. And I'm telling you, when I got that degree and I graduated, that was like a miracle because I struggled through college and it instead of taking me 4 years to finish university, it took me 5 because I had to retake classes. I was getting D's and like I was like a C plus student. I'm not gonna lie. I was not an A student. So I struggled through that degree program. But I was like a example of a most unlikely to succeed in college or not college materials person that went to college that graduated. So it's like a miracle for me. I wasn't cum laude and all these different A student, top of the top of the class. No, I wasn't. I was like the struggling to just make it through. That was me. So in the process of me learning Swahili, it's the same thing for me. I'm not the type that is like uh was like in school was like sharp like that. I had to really study like hours and hours just to get to see like even so even me learning Swahili, that's the level of my learning when it comes to anything, unless I'm really, really dedicated, unless I'm really, really, uh, you know, digging in with my hands and feet, just really focusing, then I can, learn it, but even then it takes time. Like I'm not that type of person that can read something, right, one time and take a test and ace it. Nah, I'm the type of person I gotta read it about 3, 4 times, and then I might make a B. That's how I thought I was in school. So with this Swahili, I'm excited about it. I take notes in my phone. Like I have like in my notes section in my phone, I have a list of words that I try to read because I learn through repetition. So I'll try to read over them several times a week. So when I go out and about, I can practice, saying things that I normally don't say. For me, I usually say the same old things, but I feel like I try to incorporate at least a word a week, a word every 2 weeks, or whenever I go out, I try to learn another word to add to my vocabulary. And that's how I learn my Swahili, along with when they say things to me. When the locals say things to me that maybe I have never heard, or I notice they say it often, I'll find out what that word is and what it means, and then I'll start saying it. So that's how I've been learning, and that's how I have been able to communicate. So I go a lot of places without an interpreter. Where I live, I'm in an area that is primarily local area, so it's not a lot of English speakers, especially if you're walking around. But I know enough to be able to ask for what I want, to be able to greet, to be able to be cordial and say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? How's your day? I know how to say those things in Swahili. I know how to ask for the food, the fruit, the meats, whatever I want to eat. The food, I learned that right away. Fruits and food and drinks, whatever. I can say all that. Yeah, so I've learned a lot since living here 4.5 years, and it has it's broadened my mind and my perspective. And instead of me being more limited in my thinking and having tunnel vision, I broaden my like perspective. I'm like a different person. If you knew me in America and you were to come here, or and like be around me and how I live, it would be like a change, like a different person. Um, because I am not only how I look, but my thinking, my perspective, more easygoing, more I figure it out. Things don't work, things might break. I don't fall apart with little things like I used to. Uh, Not that I fell apart, but I would feel anxiety when things wouldn't, when the power went out. For example, when the electricity or it would go out, I would feel anxiety. Like, oh, my phone might die. I would feel like, oh, my computer's not charged. Like I would feel like that. But now, please, the electricity go out, I'll be like, okay. And so I just find something to do. Like I'll just start cleaning up, because it's things that you can do when the power electricity goes out. And I never knew that at the beginning, but now I'm I'm so used to it being here. If the electricity goes out, I'll just start cleaning up, start mopping, doing stuff that I needed to be doing that I wasn't doing because I'm on a computer, or the electricity is on. I'm on the internet and on YouTube and all that. But when the electricity goes out, the power's out. Then I get to do things that I need to be doing, like uh, mopping, sweeping, pulling stuff out, doing the dusting and organizing stuff that I need to be doing and get off this computer. I can do that when the electricity goes out. Or if the electricity goes out, and I'll just go outside and walk around. I'll go to different stores. Sometimes I'll go walking just to look and see what's in the neighborhood, and go walking further than I normally do. So it's always things that I can do. And a lot of times I'll do that, and I'll go out and I'll, be snacking the whole time, getting fruit and well, I don't eat fruit out on the street, but I'll buy, the fresh fruit and then bring it home and, cut it myself, or get the beef on a stick. It's called maskaki. So it's like a kebab. You know how we have the kebabs with the meat, with the vegetables in between, except for they don't have the vegetables in between. They have just the meat on a stick. So they sell those everywhere. That's grilled meat, and it's safe to eat that. So I'll eat that. because they're cooking it right there. So eat that beef on the stick. That's one of my favorites. Muskaki, as they call it. And the corn, the grilled corn, I like that too. So the whole time I'm walking around, I'm constantly eating and stuff like that. So it's things that I've learned to do, and yeah, it's working for me. So yeah, this is how my life has changed since living in Tanzania, leaving America and living in Tanzania. And so, yeah, I have a wealth of experience and now knowledge, learning about business. I learned a lot through my attorney because as he's doing stuff with my business, like he does my taxes, and well, he refers me to a tax specialist, so he'll tell me everything that needs to be done here. So I'm learning how they do business here, how taxes are done, when you pay them, and how much, and just different stuff, and each for each business is different. But through this wealth of knowledge that I've acquired, I can also share with my diaspora brothers and sisters who want to come here, who want to leave the West. They want to partner with locals and do business, and they need an attorney. I will refer them to my attorney only if they get consultations now. Only if they pay for consultations will they get referrals from me. If they don't, because it's a business. Remember, that's how I've been here. That's why I created it, to make money. So yeah. But anyway, if you're interested in, got a shout out to Diaspora Connect. If you're interested in doing business, or relocating to Tanzania and or visiting, you can hit me up at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. Diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, and I do relocation and business consultations. It's a one-on-one consultation, 60 minutes or 1 hour for $60 US. 60 minutes or 60 minutes or 1 hour for $60. So that is my fee. That is how I have been here for 4.5 years. I am not monetized. I don't get paid through YouTube, but I accept donations. I have Cash App. I have PayPal. Down in the description box, I will put my Cash App and my PayPal. I am working on my land and building project through the business Diaspora Connect. I am doing a land project. So in that project, I will be also expanding my business. And so I'll possibly do, like, maybe Airbnb, maybe what you call that, what you call that, housing, um, affordable housing, maybe little project now, maybe one or two, uh, you know, structures, and then work my way up as the business grows. But that's something that I desire to do, to help brothers and sisters in a small way, because I don't have a lot of funds, but with the little bit I have, I want to be a asset to my brothers and sisters in the West who want to come back, and even with information. So I will put my information in the description box, my email address, my donation information, Cash App, PayPal, and what else? Yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in. Decided to do. I'm gonna try to. I've been trying to do videos every 3 to 4 days. I'm not monetized, but still, it's important for me to share information and share my journey, to let my brothers and sisters know in the West if they're interested in leaving and specifically coming here to Tanzania. There's a way things are to be done. It's not as easy as in some countries, but I feel like it safeguards the country and the locals as well as protects us as foreigners. So you won't have so much of this, people trying to delete you for something you have, delete you for your property or whatever, because it's under a business, and it's for business purposes. It's an investment. So you're not going to have somebody trying to do that so much. Not that you can't get stolen from. You just have to use wisdom in who you trust and who you allow to oversee and partner with and stuff with your business. My advice is make sure if you partner with someone, even if you don't come through me, right? And if you don't have me recommend certain partners for you, look for someone who is maybe a college student or a college educated or something, because they have the knowledge, experience, they have the education in terms of understanding English, young and upcoming. They the young people are looking for jobs. They go to college to get a degree, and then there's not a lot of jobs. So you can be that one person to employ someone, to let them be like your manager of your business, your company. Be that representative in this country as your representative for your business, which is what the purpose is of us partnering with locals. So make sure you have someone that's you're partnering with that has something. College education specifically, the college students should be a focus for all of us to employ them to be our representatives of our company to advise us on because it's their country to advise us appropriately and that they can speak the language to be able to communicate with you. So yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time. I'll do another video in the next couple of days. So I'm going to say shalom, salama, peace, family, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up. Hit on the notification bell to be notified. So whenever I do a new video or a live, you'll be notified. I might do a live. I just have to think about what I want to talk about. Um, if you want to give me an idea of what I should do a live about, you can. And I want to do because I like to always incorporate lives also. I want the channel to be, I want to touch on every genre. Posting, lives, videos, long videos, short videos. I wanted to incorporate everything. So eventually, maybe that, when I do get monetized, I'll have, everything in order. But in the meantime, I'm still posting and because I do a lot of business through this channel as well. So even though I'm not monetized, I connect with my clients through YouTube as well. So it's not all about monetization. It is good. It's wonderful. It's great. But if they keep telling me no, and they keep telling me no, I'm moving forward. I still do a lot of business through YouTube. So, and I have an IG, Instagram. If you're wanting to connect with me on Instagram, I don't have a big following on Instagram like I do. I don't have as many, I would say, subscribe. I don't know that they call it subscribers or followers on Instagram. It's like maybe 1,000, um, or maybe 900. I don't know. I don't have a big market on Instagram, but I do have an Instagram. It's Handford1. I will put the information in the description box. My IG. I have Facebook, Wanda Handford. On Facebook, I have about 5,000 uh, Facebook friends or followers, the Facebook friends on Facebook. And I don't do, I'm starting to use it more. I'm starting to utilize the other platforms as much as YouTube. I've been kind of sharing the videos that I do on YouTube, on Instagram, as well as on Facebook now. So I'm trying to draw people in from all these different social networks if our people are interested, if they need my advice, if they want to get a one-on-one with me, I market that way too. As well as I have a merch store. I'm not able to uh, connect it here on YouTube because I'm not monetized. So yeah, I don't know. I think they said that they get they feel funny with me, y'all. So anyway, I have a merch store that I created, and I have a link that I can share with you personally, so you can email me if you're interested. I have cups for sale. I have T-shirts. I have the short T-shirts for men and women. I have the long T-shirts. I have coffee mugs. I have a white one and a blue one. I'm super excited because it looks really nice. And I think I share in the community post. My first sale was with a sister in the States. She brought one and I shared what it looks like. It looks really good. And I have fanny packs. I have the it's like a shopping bag. It's like a bag about this big with the hand. You can actually put it on your shoulder. It's almost like if you go to like the store and you don't have you don't want to buy a bag. It's one of those bags where you could a reusable bag. It's something like that. I have also like a square pouch. It's almost like a makeup. The only thing I think of is like the makeup pouch, or it's a pouch that you can carry. It's white with the logo. I had a fanny pack that you put around your waist, and what else? And I have a sticker of my logo. You can stick it somewhere. Yeah, So those are the items that I'm selling, and I'm super, super excited. A sister, actually, the sister who brought the first item from me, she's the one that told me about the store where I can create my own items, you know. So I actually have a store, and so I'm super excited. And if you're interested, you can email me and I'll send it to you if you want to support. I get a percentage of the item that you purchase. I get a percentage of that fee. I get a percentage of that. So I'm super excited about that. This is all new to me, so people are just sharing information with how I can do it, and I'm been able to successfully create a store. So all praises to the Most High. Also, I have items that I sell here in Tanzania if you're here. So I have a store online for those who are in the West, and I'm selling items. So I have cups here. I'm getting keychains made, and I'm getting t-shirts made here in Tanzania. So if you're here and you want to purchase, I'll show you the items. I think I already showed you cups. When I do some of my videos, they're sitting in the background. They're kind of plain, but they're still cups. They have my logo on it because the items here, they make them here physically, and the ones online are a little bit more uh, professional looking or nicer looking, but the ones they make here are a little bit more simple because of the locals are making them, so they're getting better at it, but they're kind of simple. But I'm going to show you the keychain and the t-shirt that I get made here. And when I do videos, I might start wearing the t-shirts in the video so you can see it in the keychain. So yeah, so I'm slowly trying to incorporate different products that I will be selling to my customers. It's to support my business, which is called Diaspora Connect, where I connect the diaspora, the six region African diaspora in the West with the uh, locals, local Tanzanians in Africa together to do business because we need them here, especially here because the language barrier, because this is their country. They can maneuver better with us. Some of the business offices and things that you have to do here, they don't even speak English. You need a local to be your representative, especially for your business, in business, and just for looking for merchandise and products. And when you travel, it's always good to have a local with you. So because you're uh, a foreigner, because you have that passport born outside of the continent. So thank you so much. I'll do another video in the next couple of days. So I'm going to say see you guys in the next video.